In this example, I need to write the equation in slope-intercept form of the line that is perpendicular to 2x minus y equals 5, and this line also passes through the point 8, 3. Well, what is special about perpendicular lines? Hopefully you remember for perpendicular lines, the slopes are negative reciprocals. So if I find the slope of my first line, I'm going to call that m sub 1, then the slope of a line that's perpendicular to it, m sub 2, equals negative 1 divided by m sub 1. So the first thing I need to do is find the slope of my given line. And that is a lot easier to do if the equation is in slope-intercept form. That means y equals mx plus b. Then the coefficient of the x term is the slope of the line. So looking at my given line, 2x minus y equals 5, I need to solve it for y. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides of this equation. And I get negative y equals, unlike terms can't combine, I want my x term first, so it's in this format, negative 2x plus 5. Now to get y by itself, divide every term in this equation by negative 1. Negative y divided by negative 1 is positive y equals negative 2 divided by negative 1 is positive 2. So I have 2x, 5 divided by negative 1 is negative 5. So this is the equation of my given line, and it is in slope-intercept form. So the coefficient of the x is the slope of my given line. So m sub 1 equals 2. Now there are several different ways to find the equation of the line I'm looking for. I'm going to use the point slope form of the line shown here. I need to know a point. Well, I'm given the point 8, 3. So 8 is the variable x sub 1 in my equation. 3 is the variable y sub 1 in my equation. I need to find the slope. So remember, my lines are perpendicular, so I'm going to use this formula. So m sub 2, the slope of my perpendicular line, is negative 1 divided by m sub 1, which we already found is 2. So m in this equation is going to be negative 1/2. So plugging these three values into my equation, I get y minus y sub 1 is 3 equals m, which is negative 1/2, times x minus x sub 1, x minus 8. So simplifying, I get y minus 3 equals negative 1/2 times x is negative 1/2 x. Then negative 1/2 times negative 8, a negative times a negative is a positive. And then 1/2 times 8, turn 8 into a fraction by dividing it by 1. Then 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 8 4 times. So I get y minus 3 equals negative 1/2 x plus 4 times 1 is 4, divided by 1 is 4. Now the last thing I have to do is add 3 to both sides of this equation. And my answer I'm going to have to write over here is y equals negative 1/2 x. 4 plus 3 is 7, so plus 7. So that is the equation of the line that is perpendicular to my given line and goes through the point 8, 3.